He pulled the revived crew members out from the machine's exit, granting each of them a new lease on life. But just then, Bender got stuck in the exit. Realizing that Bender had run out of power, the professor implanted a doomsday device into him to serve as an emergency power source. This spelled big trouble if Bender stopped moving even for a moment. An explosion would occur. Right at that moment, Fry noticed that Leela hadn't been revived yet.
I'm sorry, Fry, but I'm afraid Leela is in an irreversible coma.
Crushed by despair, Fry went to a robot shop and built a robotic version of Leela with his own hands, who looked identical to the real Leela. Hermes retrieved Leela's behavioral patterns and memory data, then uploaded this information to the robot's chip. With everyone working together, they created a perfect robotic replica that was indistinguishable from Leela. However, when Leela's pet bit her, the robotic Leela was shocked to learn a cruel truth: she herself was a robot. Professor Farnsworth decided to make one last attempt to bring back the real Leela, but they failed once again. The group held a funeral and buried Leela's body. Overwhelmed by emotion, Bender accidentally shot out a burst of flame. Unexpectedly, this flame miraculously revived the real Leela.
All right, Leela!
Hey, thanks. It's so nice to wake up and see. Oh, how is this possible? And can you believe she wore a tank top to my funeral? Shut up!
Just then, a one-eyed monster suddenly appeared and began chasing everyone frantically. First, Leela and the robotic Leela fought over control of the spaceship. Soon afterward, the two came to blows over Fry's affection. Amy handed Fry a laser gun and forced him to choose between the two Leelas and pull the trigger.
No, shoot her! She's a human!
But how do I know who's the human and who's the robot?
We just told you!
In his panic, though, Fry accidentally shot himself. To everyone's astonishment, he found out that he was also a robot.
Nelson's fastball was seen through by the opponents, but fortunately, Bart had a large enough range of movement. With a perfect catch, he successfully ended the game. Homer was so busy eating that he didn't even notice Bart's performance. The mayor was delighted after all. Springfield hadn't beaten any opponents in sports for years. Marge planned to buy a new dress to look nice at the finals. The finals drew a large crowd. The baseball team was leading by 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nelson's pitch was so fast that the opponent hit a fly ball. If Bart could catch it, the championship would be theirs. But an accident happened. The ball bounced off his glove. Stunned by the mishap, Bart didn't know what to do. The opponents already had 3 players on base, and with the batter, if all of them scored, they would take the lead. Bart panicked, struggling to retrieve the ball. In the end, the opponents successfully took the lead. The entire stadium booed Bart, and even Homer and Marge were affected. Unable to handle the pressure, Bart ran out of the stadium, only to see Clancy waiting outside. Bart thought Clancy had come to rescue him, but Clancy just drove him back to the stadium, making him suffer a second blow.
Homer, on the other hand, took a job as a stadium staff member. Without Bart around, Homer and Marge grew even more affectionate. Lisa's room stayed neat and tidy. All her dolls were packed away in boxes, never to be touched again. Marge even hummed happily while changing Maggie's diapers. What's more, Homer quit heavy drinking entirely, only sipping a little light beer now and then to quench his thirst. Every day before heading home from work, he would drive to pick up the whole family, treating each of them to an ice cream cone. One rainy day, Homer's blurred vision caused him to accidentally hit a boy with his car. That boy was none other than Bart. Bart wasn't injured, though. The couple rushed him to the hospital for a checkup. Physically, Bart was perfectly fine, but he had lost all his memories, and everyone had completely forgotten who he was. Before the police could confirm his identity, they planned to keep him at the station, but Marge insisted on bringing Bart home to take care of him. The Simpson family's mansion filled Bart with excitement. As soon as he stepped into his room, he started jumping up and down on the bed. When he tired of bouncing on the bed, he ran off to play with Lisa, staring at her dolls. He was overcome with the urge to smash them with rocks and singe their hair with fire.
If I take them out of the box, they won't be perfect anymore.
Homer and Marge wandered into the bathroom humming their usual tune, only to find that Bart had turned it into a swimming pool. Right after that, Bart hopped over to Lisa's bed and kept jumping non-stop. Marge was about to change Maggie's diaper when she noticed the baby was gone. It turned out Bart had snatched her away and was using the diaper as a slingshot. The principal, driving past at that exact moment, unfortunately became his target.
My cool, it's gone.
Goodbye, Seymour.